Lesson 2. Kingdom Plantae. Introduction. In the first lesson, we learned that all multicellular eukaryotic organisms which are autotrophic, that is, photosynthetic, are grouped under Kingdom Plantae. They can be aquatic or terrestrial. They show sedentary nature. The cell wall of plant cells is composed of true cellulose. The plant cells possess photosynthetic pigment, chlorophyll, with which they can synthesize carbohydrates in presence of sunlight, water, and CO2, and release oxygen in air in this process. So, the plants help us to check the air pollution. The plants are the main producers, and almost all the living beings depend upon the plants for their food requirements indirectly or directly. Thus, the plants are the most important biotic components of the ecosystem, as the life on the earth is impossible without plants. Let us learn more about the kingdom Plantae. The plant kingdom is broadly classified into two subkingdoms, which are cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Cryptogams are non-flowering plants, whereas phanerogams produce flowers. In this lesson, let us learn the kingdom Plantae in detail. Things we will learn. Cryptogams. Groups of cryptogams and salient features of each group, that is algae, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. Phanerogams. Detailed characters of gymnosperms and angiosperms. Classes of angiosperms, monocotyledony and dicotyledony. Importance of botanical gardens and herbaria. Elaboration. Cryptogams. Their groups and features of each group. Kingdom Plantae, cryptogamy, phanerogamy. Cryptogams. Cryptos, concealed, gamos, marriage. The sex organs in these plants are concealed. Normally in nature we observe that a plant produces flowers, which produce seeds after fertilization. But the cryptogams are spore-producing plants. They do not produce seeds and flowers. They reproduce sexually, but the sex organs are concealed. Example, in Nephrolipis, the sex organs called antheridia and archaeogenia are produced on the ventral surface of the gametophyte, that is, prothallus. The peculiarity of the cryptogams is that they show alternation of generations in their life cycle. There are two phases, haploid and diploid. Haploid means chromosome number is half. A sexual reproduction takes place by spores produced by the sporophytic phase. Summary. Plant kingdom includes all the plants. They are multicellular, eukaryotic, autotrophic, that is, photosynthetic mode of nutrition. They synthesize carbohydrates with the help of green pigments, that is, chlorophylls, sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and all the consumers depend directly or indirectly on plants for the food requirements. Cryptogams and phanerogams are the two subkingdoms of the kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is divided into cryptogams, that is, sex organs concealed, do not produce seed, and phanerogams, that is, seed producing. Cryptogams are further divided into algae, bryophyta, and pteridophyta. Algae are aquatic, free-living, some are symbiotic and non-vascular. Bryophyta, they are terrestrial, non-vascular amphibious plants. Pteridophyta, they are first vascular plants on land. They are further divided into heterosporous and homosporous. The kingdom Animalia. Introduction. In the opening lesson, we came across the fact that there exists a great diversity among the animals, and so we need to develop a system to classify them and study their characters. The organisms belonging to kingdom Animalia are multicellular, eukaryotic, and motile. Exception: sponges are sedentary. The animal cells do not possess cell wall, plastids, and central vacuole. Kingdom Animalia, broadly classified as chordates and non-chordates. Chordates are notochord, a stiff rod-like structure runs. Summary: animals are broadly classified as chordates and non-chordates based upon the presence or absence of notochord. Ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm are three prime germ layers. Organisms with only two layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm, are diploblastic. In triploblastic animals, mesoderm is always present along with ectoderm and endoderm. 95% of total animal species are included under non-chordates. Arthropoda is the largest phylum of kingdom Animalia. Hermaphrodites are bisexual animals having both male and female sex organs. Example: earthworm. Sexual dimorphism: male and female sexes show different external characters. S-block elements. In this chapter, we'll study general introduction, that is electronic configuration, occurrence, anomalous properties of lithium, diagonal relationship between lithium and magnesium, periodic trends of alkali elements, that is metals, chemical reactivity of alkali metals, important compounds of sodium, uses of alkali metals, biological importance of sodium and potassium, group 2 elements, that is alkaline earth elements, chemical reactivity of alkaline earth elements, uses of metals divided into 4 blocks. This arrangement of blocks is based on the subshells in which the last electron enters. Thus, there are S, P, D, F blocks of type filled in two groups. Atoms of group 1 elements have one electron in their valence shell, white, and metal, which elements of group 2 also are metals and form alkaline oxides and hydroxides, hence are called alkaline earth metals. Trigonometric functions. You are familiar with the trigonometric ratios of an acute angle in a right angle triangle. We shall now extend the definitions of trigonometric ratios to any angle in terms of the coordinates of any point on the terminal arm. Let Pxy be any point on the terminal ray of angle AOB equal to theta, which is in standard position, and such that length OP is equal to r greater than 0. We define the trigonometric functions as follows: sin theta equal to y upon r, cos theta equal to x upon r, tan theta equal to y upon x if x is not equal to 0, cosec theta is equal to r upon y if y is not equal to 0,
Sec theta is equal to r upon x if x is not equal to 0. Cot theta is equal to x upon y if y is not equal to 0. We note that 1. The trigonometric functions do not depend on the position of the point on the terminal ray, but they depend on measure of angle theta. 2. Coterminal angles have same trigonometric functions. 3. Let Pxy be any point on the standard unit circle with measure angle XOP equal to theta.
Measurement. Introduction. In this chapter, we will learn about need for measurement, unit, fundamental and derived unit, dimensional analysis, order of magnitude, and significant figure, accuracy and errors in measurement. Explanation. Need for measurement. We perform experiments in physics. To do the measurement, we have to perform experiments. So, we need to measure different quantities. Unit. The reference standard used for measurement of a physical quantity is called a unit. Characteristics of unit. It should be easily available. It should be invariable. It should be universally acceptable. Fundamental and derived unit. The physical quantities which do not depend on any other physical quantities for their measurements are called as fundamental quantities. Example: length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, amount of substance. Derived quantities. Physical quantities which depend on one or more fundamental quantities for their measurements are called derived quantities. Dimensional analysis. Dimensions of a physical quantity are the powers to which fundamental units must be raised in order to obtain the unit of a given physical quantity. Example: speed m raised to 0, l raised to 1 and t raised to minus 1. Uses to find the correctness of an equation. Example: v is equal to u plus at. v is equal to m raised to 0, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 1. u is equal to m raised to 0, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 1. a is equal to m raised to 0, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 2. t is equal to m raised to 0, l raised to 0, t raised to 1. at is equal to m raised to 0, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 1. Since dimensions of each terms are equal, so the equation is correct. To find conversion factor between different units. Example: 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to 5 dyne. M raised to 1, L raised to 1, T raised to minus 2 is equal to x into M raised to 1, L raised to 1, T raised to minus 2. Therefore, x is equal to m raised to 1, L raised to 1, T raised to minus 2 upon m raised to 1, L raised to 1, T raised to minus. Chapter 8: Refraction of Light. Introduction. In this chapter, we will learn about the nature of light. Here, we will learn following points: refraction of light, Snell's law, total internal reflection and its application, critical angle, optical fiber, dispersion of light, prism and prism formula, angular dispersion and dispersive power, rainbow, scattering of light. Explanation: refraction of light. When a ray of light travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, its direction changes. This is called as refraction of light. Snell's law. The incident ray and refracted ray are on opposite sides of normal at point of incidence, and all three lie in same plane. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is constant. Mu is equal to sine r upon sine r. Reversibility of light. The direction of a ray of light is reversed. The ray traces its original path in reverse direction. Total internal reflection. When a ray of light passing through a denser medium is incident on surface of a rarer medium, the ray is totally reflected in a denser medium. Applications of total internal reflection are brilliance of diamonds, mirage, fiber optics, reflecting prisms. Critical angle. When ray of light travels from an optically denser medium to an optically rarer medium, the angle of incidence for which angle of refraction is 90 degrees is called the critical angle. Optical fiber consists of a large number of extremely thin fibers of glass or quartz. It is used in endoscope in telecommunications. Dispersion of light. The separation of white light into its constituent colors after passing through a prism is called as dispersion of light.